Apologies for interrupting you. I'm just getting some breaking news. I'll come back to you and I'll let you complete your thought. Please stay on with me. Now, Iran has erected large banners across Tehran threatening renewed attacks on Israel and a US military base in Qatar, with state media circulating images of the displays. The banners featured maps and visuals marking sites struck during the 12-day war in June. The phrase, "It will happen again," was prominently displayed above images of targets allegedly hit during the conflict, including Israel's Nevatim air base, the Haifa refinery and power plant, and Qatar's Udeid air base, which hosts American forces and was also targeted in June. I have Ambassador Mahesh Sachdev, former diplomat, back with me. Ambassador Sachdev, how do you see this development?
I think these are pyrotechnics deployed by both sides, who are who have long experience in raising the ante. The word bazarghani in Farsi means market, raising the prices in the market, overbidding. And Iranians have seen Trump's statement, and their reaction is to overbid and to say that they are going to hit Qatar again and Israel again and so on and so forth. I would seriously doubt whether either one of the two sides have intention to actually implement the threats that they are bandying around. But the miscalculations are possible, and as I was saying, that the Iranian regime would find it easy now to brand all these agitators as anti-national agents of Israel and United States. President Peshkian yesterday said as much after the cabinet meeting, saying that an economic warfare is being waged by our external enemies. So I think the physical military attacks being threatened by either side are a part of this strategy to dominate the discourse. But eventually it will be the demonstrators versus the Iranian security forces that will decide where does Iran's domestic future lie.
Ambassador Sachdev, a pleasure speaking to you, sir. Thank you for joining me on the broadcast. And I now have Aditya Vadhavan joining me with more details. Aditya, what can you tell us about this latest development?
Well, absolutely, Vishali. If you see, this statement by the U.S. State Department is definitely very, very concerning now, because this will definitely further the escalation between the U.S. and Iran, and definitely as you can see, the statement by the U.S. State Department that has been released says that it is understandable anger. U.S. says Khamenei regime squandered billions of terrorists. So indeed, at this juncture, clearly the U.S. is now, for criticizing. U.S. has been criticizing the Iranian administration headed by Ayatollah Al Khamenei, and definitely in the days to come, we could expect some war of words between the Iranian and the U.S. side. And definitely, however, at this juncture, the countries that are standing with Iran are China, Belarus, and Russia. There have been reports that several Chinese and Russian aircraft and Belarusian aircraft are also delivering lots of weapons in Iran. So definitely, at this juncture, it's a clear, escalation that is happening, and the unrest is now is getting serious in Iran as the day progresses. So indeed, from here on, it needs to be seen how things unfold as far as the U.S. as far as the unrest in Iran is concerned. Vishali.
Stay with me, Aditya, and we have more breaking inputs coming in, viewers. Now, amid the nationwide anti-Khamenei protests in Iran, authorities in the Alborz province said that they arrested 14 individuals from a workshop over production of explosives and Molotov cocktails. Aditya, back to you on this development.
Well, absolutely. They have several protesters have been arrested in Iran, and definitely, it is very, very concerning that how these Iranian protests are turning very, very violent. And definitely, if you see, Vaishali, indeed, it needs to be seen. Iran is at this juncture very, very moving on a very unstable path, and definitely already, if you see, six have been six people have been killed in these protests, and definitely, if you see, many protesters have called for ending the rule of the country's supreme leader. Some have also called for a return to the monarchy. And as the day, more reports came of unrest up and down the country on the fifth day of the protest, sparked by currency collapse. So indeed, at this juncture, it is these protests are turning very, very violent, and it's a wait and watch situation as to how the entire situation develops in Iran. Vaishali.
I'll come back to you, Aditya. Now, Australia has condemned the brutal crackdown by Iranian law enforcement authorities and urged Tehran to respect the right of peaceful protesters. A Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade spokesperson said, Canberra said it supports the